bit.
Hey,
How about that?
we're here.
We are, and it's time for episode number 314. The 2025 in the rear view, and what's next in 2026? What do you think, Chris?
I'm looking forward to talking about this. You know, New Year's is much more my holiday than Christmas. I love looking back over the year that's passed and forward to the year that's come. So
Very cool.
that's what we're doing
Are you doing that?
with our tech tips
And travel tales.
Yeah, this is kind of become our standard cover for these shows now, because we give tech tips and travel tales.
All right.
But it's still an educational show.
Yeah, it's an educational show about smartphones, travel, and technology with us geeks on tour. Hard to believe. You have a quick tip, Chris?
I do, because a lot of what I'm going to be talking about you can find on our website. So I want to make sure that you know how to find things on our website. There's kind of 6 basic places where you can click. The number 1 is YouTube shows. That's this. Some people might call them a YouTube podcast. These are the episodes of our What Does This Button Do show, and that's under number 1. And then our monthly newsletters, which we have been sending out since 2007, are all under that news category. And then there's all of our short tutorial videos and tips and classes. We have almost 1,000 of them now.
Wow.
That's under that tutorials menu. Then number 4, 5, and 6, Facebook page, YouTube channel, those are pretty obvious. And then our cruising life. I want to show you these. So here is our website on the computer, and if you go to YouTube shows and What Does This Button Do, you will see all episodes number 1 through number 314 as soon as we're done with this one.
It's not there yet.
So if you know the number of the episode, here's where you can find it. Then the second thing is under news. You can go to newsletters, and same thing. It just lists all the newsletters all the way back to 2007.
Wow.
And then tutorials and all videos. These are the numbered videos. There's a few on top that aren't numbered. I think those are kind of mistakes. We have so many of these things. But 967. We're coming up on 1,000. And you can search this page, or if you know the number, you're good to go. Then the last thing I want to show you is our newest page, and that is this Our Cruising Life. You click on Our Cruising Life, and it takes you to the page, geeksontour.com/cruising, which has all the information you could possibly want to know.
And then some.
And then some, yeah. I mean, here is just the Villa Vie Odyssey. That's the ship we're on. Their website. Then you can find out where we are right now, the spreadsheet of the ship's full itinerary, other residents' blogs and YouTube channels, shipboard speakers, and then other information, where we've been, our map, a playlist of all the YouTube videos related to our life on the Villa Vie Odyssey. That is a growing list. He makes new videos every time we do something fun. And then our photo albums, and last but not least is our blog. So our Cruising Life blog, not our everything blog. And you can subscribe by clicking right here to subscribe. Then in addition to getting our newsletters and our teaching, you will get notified every time we have a new blog post. This is where you can, if you have any curiosity about what we've been doing, you will find it all here, from the beginning of our decision to today. All right. So that is how to find stuff on our website. And if you are interested in subscribing to our cruise stories, you saw how to do it by going to that page. You could also scan this QR code, and it will be here in the recording later as well.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Jim, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Are you a traveler? Do you wish you knew more about your phone to help you in your travels? And do you have questions about your iPhone, your Android device, or the cloud? Because we teach all of those things.
And we show you where we're traveling and how it fits in. You know, we teach the things that we are using and that we find other people have questions about. And all of our content is collected on our website, which I just showed you how to find it all.
Okay. And so where are we?
Wow. There is just an exquisite mountain out our window view right now. Looks something like that in
Cook's
the picture.
Bay, Moorea.
Moorea. We are in French Polynesia. We've already been to Bora Bora and Raiatea. We were in Raiatea for Christmas, and they are stunningly beautiful, and this is even more so.
It just keeps getting better and better. It's amazing.
Moorea.
And then, like, sometime after tomorrow, we'll be in Papeete. That's in Tahiti, on the island of Tahiti. Oh, adventures in paradise.
Truly.
All right. We want to thank our premium members. You make our work possible, and our travelers. And here are a few of our premium members.
I'm happy to see so many of you here. I know it's a little bit different time than we used to do.
But it seems to work.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary. Good to see you.
Yes, happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah.
I know ours have been good. Hey, Aaron. Yes, I will call later. And Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah, Debbie from Portugal.
Boas Festas.
And
Dazzle.
we had somebody from Netherlands early on, right? Yes, yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. And yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. There's a backstage pass. One of the premium members' benefits is being able to contact or talk to us directly on a Zoom meeting. I'll start that right after this show, and watch for an email. Chris sends that out earlier. The link is on our webpage, geeksontour.com, and the member login page.
On the member login
Just
page,
look for
yeah.
that piece of thing there.
So, what did we do in 2025?
We did a lot.
We are now not just Geeks on Tour.
Geeks on World Tour.
We are Geeks on World Tour, and that map on the left shows you our travel route for this year, starting in South America in April, going up and then over to Hawaii and back, continuing up the west coast, spent a fair amount of time in Alaska. That was cool. Then 10 days across to Japan, down to Taiwan, Philippines, a couple stops in Australia, and then the South Pacific. And it's interesting seeing this on a map. I mean, we are at the closest point now to where we started. I mean, it's still a ways, but...
We're not going to close the circle this time.
We're not.
We're going to head back west as soon as, well, towards the end of the month, right?
Yeah. So then we've done all this traveling, but we're still teaching our tech too. And I just want to give you a few snippets. I've made a photo album. We're going to go through the photo album, and then a couple snippets of our teaching videos. So 2025 is when we did it. We started living on a cruise ship in okay, I got to go to the photo album. That's what I was doing wrong. It has the same. All right. So we got on board for a week in December 2024 to see if we liked the Villa Vie Odyssey as a place to live, and we did.
And we did.
So on January 1, really the beginning of this year, we signed the contract, put up our money, we started getting rid of all of our belongings, and we were successful in that, except for our camper van.
We still have the camper van. It's in Florida, but we'll probably go back and sell it.
Probably.
Yeah.
We put the house up for sale, and on April 20, we joined the ship in Cartagena, Colombia, and made it our home. If you want to learn more details, see what it's really like to make this decision, how much does it cost, and how did we get rid of our stuff, you can go to that blog on the cruising page and our cruising blog. Then just go all the way back down to the beginning, and I tell the whole story. So this is our home where we first saw it in Cartagena, and isn't that cool that it's a nice small cruise ship rather than one of these monsters? We felt right at home immediately, and settled into our room. We got our boxes that we had shipped ahead and set to work customizing our room so that we have 2 offices. So we're just as comfortable as we were at home. Well, maybe not quite. I mean, I had a whole room for an office.
I had a whole studio. It was, yeah. But hey, this works, and it works well, I think.
We've made it work, and we get to see a sunset almost every night. A beautiful sunset.
In a different place.
So, where have we been? Well, right away, we went through the Panama Canal.
Who else has been through the Panama Canal? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah. And since it seemed so obvious to use time-lapse photography to record going through the Panama Canal, this is one of the things we taught back then. We made a little video on how to do time-lapse photography. But is that cool? It was fascinating. And the Panama Canal is not just these little locks. It goes on. It takes all day to go through the Panama Canal. Okay. And then we went up, and Acapulco. I mean, the things I had heard of all my life, we got to see. The cliff divers.
Yeah, this was really just the iconic thing that you see about Acapulco. And these guys jump off of this cliff.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It gives me chills just watching the video again, remembering that we were there and we saw that.
And dinner was pretty good there, too.
Yeah, it was a whole evening. It was wonderful.
With a bunch of other folks from the ship.
And where was this, Jim?
Topolobampo. I love saying that. Topolobampo, Mexico.
We got to pet a dolphin, and I wrote a whole story about this in the cruising blog. But so cool. And we got serenaded by a mariachi band. And you could actually watch the video and hear the music if you go to the blog. Then we went over to Hawaii, and we hiked up to the top of Diamond Head. That's the view of Honolulu there.
And our ship's down there somewhere.
And we did it with a friend who lives in Hawaii, so that was cool.
And then Alaska.
North to Alaska.
All the way up the west coast of America and through Canada. And George is here from Canada. I just saw him.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
And Chris Rosinski.
Yeah. So, Victoria. And we got to see him, too.
Yeah, we got to see him live. So we went kayaking in Ketchikan, and we got up close and personal with this eagle that had just caught a fish.
Wow.
And
we did the Ketchikan can, or she did. I didn't
At
do
least
that.
I did, yeah. So here is the map of that early part of our year from April through July, starting in Colombia, up over to Hawaii, up over, and then it was like 10 days to get across the Atlantic over to Japan. And time zones.
Oh, wow. Bunch of them.
Time zone after time zone after time zone, and no cell towers to automatically adjust your phone. So I had already done a video on how to change your time zone, and I set up a desk in one of the lounge areas and put a little sign here for Time Zone Help Desk. Let's show them that video now. I think it's really interesting. Hi, I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour, and we live on a cruise ship. Right now, we're somewhere in the Pacific in between Mexico and Hawaii, and the captain just told us that we need to set our clocks back 1 hour. Now, if we're talking about a real clock, no problem. You just use the controls to set it back 1 hour. So instead of afternoon, it's only 20 after 11. But with electronic devices, phones, computers, tablets, it's different because they not only tell you what time it is right here, they can tell you any place in the world. So for example, on my Samsung phone, I have it showing me the time where I am, plus the time in Miami and in Honolulu. Now, if I just change the time, I want you to watch what happens. So it says that it's 4:23 in Miami. Now, the time settings are in your settings. This is an Android, Samsung, and under General Management, Date and Time. First of all, you have to take off. If you want to manually change your time, you have to take off the automatic date and time. And why do we have to do that? Because there are no cell towers out here in the ocean, or there are plenty of places in the world where there's not a cell tower in range, and that's generally where your phone gets its time and time zone from, is the cell towers. So you have to turn that off. And now, if I just set the time to be 11:24 and done, now when I go out and look at Miami time, it says it's 3:24. And what is it really? It's 4:24 in Miami right now. I hope you agree that by me moving into a different time zone, that does not change the time in Miami. So you don't do that. The way phones and all electronic devices calculate the time is by one time that is set by the base time in Greenwich, England, and then what they call an offset, either plus hours or minus hours, depending on the time zone, 24 of them around the world. So let me show you the right way to change the time on your phone. Settings, General, and Date and Time. And I do want automatic time. I just do not want automatic time zone. And here are the time zones. You tap on that to see your choices. And I'm showing the Samsung first because I like the way it does it. It doesn't give you the name of the time zone. It gives you the offset. So GMT means Greenwich Mean Time, and then you either add or subtract hours. Now, if you don't know what you're in, you can just look at the time over here. So I know that instead of 12:25, it's supposed to be 11:25. That means I am in the -9 GMT offset. UTC stands for Universal Time Coordinated, which includes the Greenwich and the offset. So now, if I go back out to my home screen, it tells me that it is 11:26 here, and it's 4:26 in Miami. That is correct. So that's how you do it. You just change the time zone. Now let me show you on a Pixel phone, which is also Android, but it's slightly different in its settings. You go into Settings and System and Date and Time. Now the time is okay, but once again, you need to make sure that automatic time zone is off. And it's telling me that we are currently in GMT -8, which happens to be Alaska Daylight Time. If I tap on here and time zone. I want it to go to 11:27. That is GMT -9, and it's telling me that that's a place called Adak. Remember that? It'll be important when we get to the iPhone. So that is how you change just the time zone on a Pixel phone. Last, I want to show you the iPhone. Settings, General, and date and time. No, you don't want it set automatically. You need to have it taken off. But no, you don't want to change the time. Now, on the iPhone, you only get the city. So you have to know, which is why I thought it was helpful to do this Pixel first. You might have to Google for what city is in my time zone or something like that. But what we learned that it's Adak. So you choose Adak, and the iPhone now says it's 11:29. So if you ever find yourself with no cell towers anywhere around you and you need to change the time on your phone, that's how to do it. I'm Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour.
All right. Yeah, that messed me up a little bit coming out this way, because one of the places that had the right time but not the right day.
Oh, yeah, then there's the dateline. That's a whole other.
It really messed me up.
Yeah. And one thing that was on the beginning of that video, in case you don't have the dual clock widget on your phone and you want to know what time it is somewhere else, that is video 717. Video 717 teaches how to put a multiple clock widget on your home screen. Okay, so back to our slides. So after 10 days at sea, we crossed to Japan. Never been to Japan. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be seeing these sights of this floating red Torii Bridge and Torii Gate,
right.
I think they call it. We even got off the ship for a couple days and stayed in traditional Japanese hotels where they give you these robes. That was fun.
We went to a baseball game in the Tokyo Bowl, and the home team won. It was great. I love the beer girls.
Oh, yeah. And look at that crowd. And yes, they were intense.
They are into baseball.
They were
there.
Really intense.
And we went to the Osaka, the World's Fair, or the World's Exposition, and that was quite a thing.
Yeah, what an opportunity. And this was also at the World's Fair. And then we went to Nagasaki and
learned a lot of history.
Learned some more about the horrible history there. And then we went on to Taiwan. We visited the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial. In the Philippines, we went to this underground river. Oh, that was amazing. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
And we've been to a few of them now, and we're going to go to a lot more. But underground, and it was quiet, it was beautiful, and really cool.
Then came Fiji, and we went ziplining.
I can't believe we actually did that.
I can't either. I can't either, but we did. I have proof.
There she goes.
Whee! Yeah.
We're still looking for her.
And it wasn't just this one.
There are 16 of these lines on the trip, and we did a lot of hiking that day, and I was worn out. But that was so much fun.
So much fun.
There was a cave there, too, that we went into.
Now we're in the South Pacific, and that is scuba divers' heaven. So we've been scuba diving in Yap, Palau, Sulawesi, Great Barrier Reef, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, Fiji, and Bora Bora.
So far.
Coming up is Fakarava and Rangiroa and Nukuhiva, and there's always friends to go diving with. Palau is great. This is a famous site called Blue Corner. And Jim makes a video of all of them, and we'll just show you a bit of one. Wow.
Yeah, we have a good time, don't we?
Yeah.
And there's going to be more.
Do we ever?
Yeah. Cool
And
stuff.
then there's life on the ship. There's so many new friends.
It's amazing.
It is so cool. We can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with people that we like and have lots of things in common with, but lots of other things too, and have great conversations. We can go to a morning exercise class every morning.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, it's been a while, unfortunately. But look at all these cool people, really cool people. And these are friends that we've done a lot of diving with, but we also went to a technology and art exhibit in Tokyo with them. Oh, and looky here. Here's an old friend.
Yeah, she's not on...
She's off golfing today.
She's out golfing today in Moorea.
She's golfing in Moorea. But this is Judy Reinheimer, and we know her from our RVing days.
And she has a villa just down the hall.
Yep, she is now our neighbor.
So if any of you are interested in coming on board, you can go to villavieresidences.com and find out all about it. And we have a link on our website.
There's always fun events arranged. This is the captain going into the pool as part of our Crossing the Equator party. And here there is a TV that plays sports and people can watch the sports together. And then Jim was actually in a play. Believe it or not, and this is rehearsal.
Oh, we had costumes.
Yeah. So this is not. And he actually danced and sang.
Can you believe it?
Well, it's not going to play, but here he is in part of your costume. And then I like to do the speakers corners. There's so many interesting people on board, and one woman has arranged put on the calendar anybody who wants to give a talk about things that they have expertise in. So once or twice a week, you can go and hear people. I gave a talk about my memories in Alaska, and I was there in the Great Alaska Earthquake, 1964. I also, of course, gave a talk about Google Photos. This one was fun. I partnered with another resident who uses Apple, and I used Android, and we had a shootout. And then I did teach one hands-on class.
So far.
So far, you know, I should schedule some more. I haven't done it yet. We'll see. So that's it. Here was our 2025 travel route.
Starting in South America, going up the coast, across the Bering Sea, a lot of zipping around Japan.
And there we are, the end of 2025. And that little video is made by an app called Travel Boost, and I do have a tutorial video on how to do this as well. Okay, so that's it for our little slideshow. So that's all the fun stuff, the travel tales and the fun stuff. But we are still teaching as well. And 2025 seemed to have some overarching themes. Time zones was one. AI is another. It's just mind-boggling how many people are using AI for how many different reasons.
Yeah. They're planning their excursions using ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, you overhear conversations all the time about, well, I asked ChatGPT and he said...
Or she said.
Or she said. Yeah. And of course, I'm always teaching Google Photos, and we're always teaching how to stay connected.
There have been a lot of changes in Google Photos this year.
Yeah. So our last episode was all about the updates to Google Photos. Time zones, we already showed you that little video. There are more, but that was the most complete one. Now, and using AI. So here's just a snippet of episode 306 to show you.
Where are we now?
We are in Japan, but we're out at sea. And it's supposed to get to be a pretty choppy sea today.
Yeah, they gave us some warnings that we need to stow and make sure that things aren't going to be flopping around, because they're expecting a bit of a bumpy ride here for a while.
Yeah, it's a little bumpy out there right now, but it's supposed to get even worse. So we are at sea in between Sendai and Yokohama. And yes, we are at 2 o'clock our time, so I know it's really late.
For you folks on the East Coast.
For a lot of the people who are normally on board with us. It is recorded. You'll be able to watch the recording. That picture is from Hachinohe. And it is a temple up on a hill, and we went all the way around and to the other side and took this photo. Anytime you want to know where we are, you just go to our website, geeksontour.com. You see the little button that says Our Cruising Life, and there's all sorts of links there. I think the very first one is Where Are We Right Now? And I want to give you some just ideas. If you've been using AI a little bit, or maybe you've never used AI at all, I figure the best place to start is just giving you some ideas. And we have been using it significantly, not a whole lot. We are not experts by any stretch of the imagination, but we've been using it. I want you to know just how easy it is to use an AI on your computer or on a web browser anyway. I'm going to show you 3, ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini. There are lots more, but these are the top 3 general use AI chatbots. You will have to have an account with those 3 companies if you want to keep a history of your chats, but you can use it even without an account. I'm going to use the sample prompt. That's what they call it when you ask a question. What cities can I use for my iPhone's time zone settings for GMT +14, +13, and +12? I'm starting with ChatGPT. I'm using a web browser not logged into any account, and I'm going to go just to chatgpt.com. Now, if you do have an account, there's lots more that you can do, but I want you to see that you can ask a question even without an account. I said I just wanted to give you a snippet. Now, if you want to complete watching that, that was episode 306 of our YouTube show, and you know how to find that, right?
I don't see any questions. Let's see. We have some people down here, though. Kathleen's in slushy melting snow. Maurice has been through the Panama Canal.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyone else? Jolin's here. Greetings and hugs and happy New Year. Absolutely. Give us a oh, Valerie and
we went
through. Valerie and Greg went through the Panama Canal last October with us on a different ship. I was on a Viking, and that trip was the one that really made us realize that we could.
That planted the seed.
Planted the seed. So part of it's your fault. All right. Bill and Karen from the Willamette Valley of Oregon. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Jerry's splitting on us. He'll watch it later, which is great because
I believe him.
The same link will get you to the whole show and you can skip through. It's great. Richard spent 2 years in Japan on the north end of Honshu. Was in the service and played in a band. Cool. Got any recordings? Yeah, the beautiful little cone shell.
That was amazing.
It looked like it was painted. It was cool. All right, Madeline in Boulder. Refilling scuba tanks a process on the ship, or you do it off the ship? We do not carry tanks on the ship. We rent the tanks whenever we want to go diving.
That's the job of the dive operation. They bring the tanks.
And the weights, so we don't have to carry that heavy stuff around. Robert likes the video.
Good.
Where did I get the music for the scuba video? AI. That's AI generated music.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty cool. And
yeah, I'll bet she's saying wow about the manta rays.
Yeah, the manta rays were great. Single Molly Brown. Well, it was based kind of on the life of Maggie and J.J. Brown. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
And she's been through the Panama Canal too. Okay.
So cool. Great.
All right.
Now you have episode.
How are we doing?
It's getting late.
Yeah.
We talk a lot.
Let me just tell you about this episode 312. You know, you're welcome to go and watch it. I had grabbed a snippet of it because we had to talk about passports. And it's really the things you learn. You need a lot of blank pages in your passports. And even though ours are pretty new, we're filling them up. So we have to figure out how to get a new passport without turning in our existing one, because we need it constantly.
We need it to travel.
And then there is something, and then how to watch our photo album. And that's all on the cruising page. So what's up for, oh no, we do have time. Yeah, we're almost over. Go ahead, play the episode 312.
Is that this passport?
Number 4, yeah.
Hey, it's us, and welcome to episode 312 of Our Life on a Cruise Ship. What does this button do? It's a eSIMs, WhatsApp, and more with a passport issued. And you can get an emergency passport, but that's only good for a short amount of time. And in certain cases, you can get a secondary passport, so you can have 2 passports. They have different numbers, and it gets really confusing. So we're learning all about passports.
So, yeah.
And we're going to have to get it straightened out somewhere.
Because we've traveled through 19 countries just so far on this cruise ship.
Right. And this is since April.
and we're going to keep going. So even though we had brand new passports,
Or
we
fairly
thought we
new.
were good. We're down to 10 pages, and that's not going to last us another year. So
When we're back in Australia, I think we're going to maybe do it in Sydney, or there are a couple other options coming up. But going back to the United States is going to be very difficult and or very expensive just to do this. So we're figuring it out. We're changing the rules here.
stuff that you need to learn when you're on this different kind of lifestyle.
It's interesting stuff. Oh, this is fun stuff though. Follow our photo album. Look at these pictures that we've been doing. These are all fairly current, new. And how do you get there?
You can scan that code to join our photo album, or you can go to that geeksontour.com/cruising, and we are on our 4th album so far. I start a new album with every segment of the journey. So you just go there, click on a link.
And that's the South Pacific album.
Yep, that's
And
what we're
join
on.
it. And if you join it, you'll get notified when we add photos to the album.
Yeah, yeah. And you'll be able to make comments. So it's kind of like having our own personal Facebook page for those of you who want to join us.
With just the Geeks pictures.
But I want to mention, how did I get that QR code? Because I think that's pretty cool, and it's a new feature in Google Photos. So I think it's just on the phones, on the mobile, not on the computer. But if I go to Google Photos and open an album and tap the share button down at the bottom, and they've moved it. It used to be up at the top, now it's down at the bottom. Share, and you can get a link to paste somewhere, but you can also show QR code. Pretty cool. And then I just took a screenshot of it and put it in the slideshow. But if I'm sitting next to somebody, they can just scan that right from my phone
Cool.
and see our photo album. Well, I want to say something. So you know how on the computer to go to our cruising page and find all our photo albums. I want to show you on the phone because there's just a little difference. So on the phone, you go to Geeks on Tour, and if you wonder how to get this icon for Geeks on Tour on your home screen, there's another video on that. Okay, so this is our website on a mobile device, and there is the button for Cruising Life. But what if you want to go to one of the tutorial videos or the YouTube shows? The menu, instead of being spread across horizontally because there's no room, is under this three line. So here is the whole menu. There is the YouTube shows, there's the newsletters, and there is the all videos, where you could find, one of our 967 different tutorial videos. So just something I forgot to show you earlier. Okay. So what's up for 2026? This is the planned itinerary. On January 1st, we're going to be over here, still in French Polynesia. That's just next week, in Papeete. And then we start heading back west again. We'll be going to, one of these is New Caledonia, and we'll bump into Australia on our way down to New Zealand. We'll go all the way around New Zealand, back up to Australia, around Australia, up into Indonesia, back through the Philippines. We're going to be in some of the exact same ports. That's going to be different.
Yeah.
And there were a few places that we said, oh, if we're ever back here, we need to go to this beach, we need to go snorkeling here. So we might do that. And then we do have a stop in Hong Kong. They had originally hoped to do several ports in China, but that didn't work out. So we're going back to Japan and a little bit more in South Korea. Then down through Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, and up over into India, And next Christmas, we will be in Sri Lanka. So that's a whole year right there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. There's a question here. Is your travel photos album on YouTube?
No, it's on Google Photos.
Google Photos is the way to do photo albums. If it were on YouTube, then we would have to upload it and upload it and upload it.
It would be a video, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't put just photos on YouTube. I mean, if there's a good way, I don't know how, but Google Photos is just great for that. So
Sure.
although what we showed today is now on YouTube. So all right. And we still plan to do our YouTube shows, all our teaching, and we're doing one new thing in January. For the first time, we accepted an invitation to collaborate with others because this one looked really interesting. It's called the DIY Trip Summit, meaning for people who don't like to just sign up for a tour, they like to plan their travels, do it yourself, DIY. And it's hosted by a group called Intentional Travelers. And you'll see there's us right there. So we are one of 30 speakers for this 3-day online virtual summit. Most everybody is talking about how to do travel planning, you know, how to travel with kids, how to travel with disabilities. I don't know if there's anybody talking about how to travel with pets. Debbie, maybe you could get in on this. Our topic is a little bit different from all the others because we are still teaching our normal smartphone photography. Official registration opens tomorrow, so we will be sending out an email inviting you all to register. Look in your inbox for details. Be watching your inbox.
Okay. There's a question. Does the ship need to go out to international waters between ports in Australia? No, it doesn't have to go out. But there are cabotage laws in different countries in different ways where you're restricted in how you can embark and disembark in different countries. Now, we will be going out into international waters occasionally just because that's the way it's easy to work and take on water and such. But yeah, you have to go to a different country. You can't be transported, you can't come on the ship in Australia and get off the ship at another port in Australia without going to another country, another port internationally. And it's the same way in a lot of countries. Japan has that. United States certainly has that.
That's why you can't go to Hawaii from Los Angeles. You have to go from Mexico.
Right. So you have to embark or disembark in a different country.
And if you have questions about that, if you go to geeksontour.com and Our Cruising Life, there is a link to a document that explains those laws.
Yeah. John likes the idea of the collaboration. It's a great
good.
tool. Yeah. Can't wait to hear about it. And yeah, Debbie's
already signed up.
and active on the Facebook group. The basic DIY conference is free. So,
but then there's different levels that you can pay for.
Pay and get extra stuff. So
I'm curious, Debbie, did you sign up via our link? Did you hear about it from us in our newsletter, or was it some other way? But yeah, cool. You are the perfect participant. And maybe a speaker, maybe next year.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. Anything
I don't
else?
see anything else there.
Okay, we're good.
Linda says she never had any stamps in her passport.
Oh.
There are some locations that do not stamp your passport. There are electronic visas and things like that. But like, where was it? Palau took up 2 pages.
They had a special stamp that you were supposed to sign and agree to not pollute in their waters or something like that. You know, which I get, but do you have to take up a page in my passport?
Oh, Barb and Tom are here.
Barb Westerfield.
Good to
Yay.
see you.
Yes. Yes. Are you going to come join us sometime?
I think she
us
should.
and Judy?
Yeah. Friends of Judy. Okay. And Debbie says,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool,
from us.
cool.
All right.
Cool. All right. That's a wrap for today. And I couldn't see, it didn't seem to be logical to have any review questions. So,
Yeah.
so we're
This
done.
might be a first.
I think it is.
Sign up for our free newsletters at geeksontour.com/news. They're always free, and there's always good information in there. Okay? Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell to get notified when something happens on our YouTube channel. I'm putting stuff up there pretty regularly these days. So, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our YouTube shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is YouTube shows.
How about that? And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters, did you change that?
I didn't. It says news now rather than, it used to say news and blogs. Anyway, it's geeksontour.com, and the menu item is news. You'll find newsletters under
Make a
there.
note. And why do people pay $58 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
Well, we do offer lots of member benefits. You can ask us questions on the Q&A page. You get the private Zoom meetings with us, access to hundreds of Show Me videos and ebooks, and written notes on these What Does This Button Do shows. And a lot of people join and give us some money to say thank you for everything that we do for free.
And we appreciate that. Thank you. Become a member. It's only $60 a year. geeksontour.com/join now. And that's it for this episode. We love seeing you guys. We'll be backstage in just a few minutes and the Zoom. And I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour.
Geeks on World Tour.
Don't forget that.